Well, hello there, folks. My name is Mark Miles. As you know, love and helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take their results to the next level. Today's video is going to talk about a topic that we all know, like, and potentially hate, and that is the topic of icebreakers. And for me, I think I've done previous videos on this topic. I'm sure I have. But I really want to get this message out there in 2026 about the topic of icebreakers. Because still, we see trainers, facilitators, coaches, and mentors effing it up, right? And it really surprises me. So ultimately, an icebreaker has two fundamental things that it's looking to do. It's looking to build rapport between the group. But it's also looking to build a bridge into the topic, and you want to make sure it's a positive bridge into the topic. What a crazy idea, right? But you want to make sure that it builds rapport between the group and it builds a bridge into the topic, right? Now, ultimately, we are looking to build comfort and we're looking to build intrigue into the topic. Unfortunately, though, many trainers still have the crazy idea that an icebreaker can just be randomly anything and I can just get my audience to do anything, and that's going to be a great idea. What we don't realize is that icebreakers, if they're done inappropriately, let me just get the lighting better. If they're done inappropriately, they can actually make people feel uncomfortable and make people less wanting to actually be in your room, right? So two of the most common icebreakers that we see, what I call the suicidal icebreaker or the self-promotion icebreaker, right? The first one, suicidal, is everybody go and stand up and go and meet someone and tell them one interesting thing about yourself and why you are here at this course. Now, those things are probably not things that are going to lead to comfort and lead to somebody being excited to be in your room, right? Number one thing, I don't know what's interesting about me and what I should tell everyone. I don't know what to say, right? What's interesting about me that I like, pink pandas from Africa, right? Or, I like paper mache, right? Or I like to do horse riding. People get very nervous about what to say and share with other people, right? So the second thing is the self-promotion icebreaker. Okay, everybody, please take a moment, stand up and tell us about yourself. Bad idea. Why? Because immediately invokes anxiety, right? People don't like that. They don't. And it's like, what should I say about myself? Anytime you put an audience member into a place of discomfort, it's not going to go well unless there is a strategic reason behind it, right? But that's for far further into your session. Now, the other part about it is you want to make sure that it bridges into the topic of the conversation or the session you're running, right? So ultimately, you don't want to do some random fun activity that has nothing to do with what you're teaching about. However, we still see it to this day. For example, here is some toilet paper and let's write on the toilet paper. Or everybody line up against the wall and we'll do some random whatever, right? Ultimately, an icebreaker needs to break the ice and it also needs to bridge into the topic in a positive fashion. Crazy idea, right? So, a great icebreaker, for example, if you were teaching hospitality, awesome. Everybody stand up, go and meet someone and tell them about the best restaurant you've ever been to and why it was a great restaurant. Ticking both boxes there, folks. It is something that's comfortable to be shared, and also people are bridging into the topic of what makes a great restaurant, all right? Now, let's go public speaking. Go and meet someone, tell them who's the best public speaker they've ever come across and why in particular, all right? If you're teaching safety, okay, what's the most adventurous thing you've ever done and how did you feel when you did it? Great topic bridge for safety topics, right? But at the end of the day, you can go to ChatGPT and you could say, all right, I'm teaching XYZ topic. What are two positive questions that I could get my audience to answer with each other? And when you do this, you're going to find that the audience really come alive and they start to getting curious and intrigued about the topic. The last thing you want to do, though, is ask negative questions. Ask negative questions. For example, go and meet someone and tell them about the worst leader or worst public speaker they've ever come across. Why? Well, you're going to then have a huge mess to clean up because everybody's in a negative state of mind. Just to recap, icebreaker, 2 positive questions that they feel comfortable to share with each other and leads into the topic. Hopefully that makes sense there for you. Don't be the trainer that does the suicidal icebreaker, and apologies for the name around that. However, it is pretty suicidal in the sense of people are going to do it, you're going to get a bad result, and then you're going to wonder why. Well, a great strategic trainer is going to go, okay, I'm teaching XYZ session, here is the topic, and what are 2 questions that are going to get people to feel comfortable and get intrigued about the topic. On that note, folks, hope you got some value from the video. If you did, like, comment, share. Let's get the message out there and raise the standards in 2026 as we go out there and impact our audiences and be the trainer that speaks to be remembered. Thanks for watching, team. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.